And therefore, it's like we doing the bad things to others. Reality, we are destroying our own self. And sometimes we have idiom, in our human societies. Oh, doesn't matter. Don't smoke. Maybe it's very bad. I don't care. If I'm die today, die. I want to smoke. Please don't smoke. It's your lung, your health, and also the environment. Everything's very bad. Don't smoke. Someone's no communication, I don't care that. If I'm die tomorrow, don't care. Then how we can to communicate? How we can to help this kind of person? Then this person smoke continue. Who can to destroy? And other the advice of families, this person cannot destroy. Reality destroy this itself person. Exactly like this. And to consider others, Buddha and the Bodhisattvas, we making good ourselves. And for example, evil person, we can to consider Buddha and Bodhisattvas, this person. Maybe there is purification. For example, possible if there is existence. This person, evil person, or like an authentic person. We don't know the outer appearances. Exactly, we don't know good or bad. But if there is a good, anyway, we can to consider good for we receive our benefit. Maybe this being is good. If this person's very being is bad, negative, lot of like obscurations, we can to help to this person to consider this being as a good and like kind of to say bring into the Buddha natures at the best purifications. And maybe it's helping. We consider this person is like a pure Buddha. And also it's like concerning this person's Buddha nature. We concern our own Buddha natures, like this kind of great also purification, and for ourselves a good habitual forming in paintings, and like this. Therefore, it's such a considerate to others good benefit. Or consider that is the perfect place, is the Eastern Buddha field, manifest joy, where the perfect teacher, Vajrasattva, the perfect, Sambhogakaya, is teaching the assembly of the definitives, definite of the Vajra family, and male and female Bodhisattvas. And then it's like we can to the south. And also it's like we can to say the place is the Renasambhava's place. Teacher is like this. Or equal evil the perfect place where the Dharma is being taught can be the Western Buddha field. The blissful Amitabhas, like the perfect teacher is the Buddha Amitabha, and the assembly, male and females, Bodhisattva, and deities of the lotus families. So whatever the case, the teaching is of the great vehicle, and the time is the ever revolving, and wheel of the entirety. And that means it's like the time is like not kind of contaminate times, past, present, futures. This is the incontaminate time of the permanent times, ultimate times, for involving the will of the entire teachings concentratedly uninterrupted times. And this kind of the perfect times, perfect place, perfect teaching, perfect assemblies, perfect this teacher, like this kind of visualization are to help us understand how being are the realities. How is it? It is not that we are the temporarily creating something that does not really exist. This is the very important message. Most important message. For example, okay, we are aware of the thinking like this. Everything's perfect. then it's like I'm exaggerating. This is like not really reality like this. No, here is how things are in the realities. Reality is everything is the perfect. For example, each atom, each element, each sentient beings, it endowed with the true nature of the realities. Realities, everything's perfect. You know, sometimes we say it's the realities, reality, true nature, and the base that is permeated it, endowed it. For example, each atom of the mandala, atom of the cup, atom of the table, atom of the house, and the earth, the fire, then the water, each individual sentient beings, human beings, animal, hunger god, whoever, they in the nature of the mind is all the time there is the pure excellent, and also the essence, nature. This is like in the reality, there is like extraordinary. It's like kind of normally we say go beyond the exaggeration, good or bad. It's very easy. Sometimes we need to concern it. For example, when we concern right now, I want to think that my mind is how it is. Talking about principle mind and talking about the true movement, positive movement, negative movement. And the principle mind it is not the positive mind. Principle mind is not negative mind. Principle mind is there's no kind of the fixation. There's no kind of the reservation. It's open, easy, tolerant, universal. That is the truth. And now we can, I'm angry. The mind is movement is angry. And this anger is the durations, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, half an hour, 1 week. It's too longer, these angers. But anger, during the angry times, my mind is negative. It's forever, not at all. Principle mind is never fixated at the anger. And then certainly anger is coming down, mind is moved, compassionate, wisdom, gentle, cheerful, very kind. Wow, wonderful. How long it stays. During these periods, there's no negative, only the positive thoughts, movement. Then we look at the sensual mind. Sensual mind is not fixated. There's no, you can't to say the like positive. Won't changing. They alternate is going on, going on, going on. All the times, alternatively. You know, it's like alternately positive, negative thoughts, movement is occurring. Now it's the very important things. The duration of the negative, anger, hatred, desire, we need to reduce. When we say anger is taking the time is 1 hour. During these hours, very bad. Oh, I'm angry. Anxiety, hatred, uncomfortable. You know, this 1 hour. That moment, there's a positive movement cannot occur, cannot enter inside. Because it's like mind is preoccupied by the anger. But of course, in the principle, this mind, there's not fixated the anger. And then during the anger, the 1 hour. And then after the 1 hour, anger is slowly disappeared. Where is the disappeared? Disappeared into the essential mind. And then mind is a little change, mind wake up, relax, wow, wonderful, if someone's kiss me, very delicious. Now I'm wake up. And now look, this Ramses is the wake up. Before I'm telling you, smiling. And like this is someone's nice kiss, hug, and this is Europeans, you know. If you in Japan, you tell like this, then they become serious. And the European, this kind of yesterday says like in the toilet, pee make this, and then ha 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 ha. And look, you know, it's like very much open. But Ami says, okay, how we can to change in process and to like this way, so we can to change way, and this and then change. Now I'm happy, smiling. Then this one is how long durations. Then we need that ones. When our mind is calm and no much negative emotion, very much compassionate, cheerful, then these durations maybe 1 minute, 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month. Wow, wonderful, pure and everything is good. This we need extend, extend. But this is not fixated this in the base of the mind. And like this, and we need to change, how to say, extend it positive as much as we can to have. And then it's a bigger, slowly, bigger and bigger. Then the duration of the positive. One day is 99% is like a duration is the positive. Then we are shaking, it's like become the enlightenment. 100% duration is the positive happiness. It's like kind of compassion and cheerful mind. That is the meaning of the enlightenment. The essential mind is enlightenment. Who can to say enlightenment? The universal itself is the wonderful, open, tolerant. We choose to using the emptiness, something extraordinary. It is extraordinary. It is the holder of the both. But this true, the movement is occurring. Then we need to reduce the negative thoughts, negative movement, as much as if we love ourselves. That is the most important. And whatever we case, the teaching that of the great vehicle, this I already gone. And the visualization are to help us understanding the thing, reality. It is not that we are the temporary and creating something. It is like does not reality existence. For example, if this reality, the things hasn't got any the nature of the realities. If there's fixated, negative is fixated, positive is fixated, then is the negative we consider as the positive. What is the benefit? Because it's fixated. If negative, positive things to consider negative, is what is the benefit? Because fixed. Not like this. We are not necessarily creating, because reality is everything's perfect. Like this, the teachers embody the essence of all the Buddha through or the 3 times. And that is like kind of our own individual, like kind of the teachers. We're talking about yesterday, peerless, my own root teachers. Generally, it's like teachers, there's a common name of the teacher. Like same as the teacher means it's the common name. Like human beings, it's a common name. Then specific, there's a person, it's like we have different Western, Eastern, South, North, white, black, and the brown, like there's. And inside the brace, like we say, it's like, okay, Tanokis, Amanjako is like this. You have specific person. Like this. This means it's a teacher, means generally teachers. Without a teacher, there's no name of the Buddha. And past Buddha need the teacher, present Buddhas need a teacher, future Buddhas need a teacher. With the teacher, then there is a Buddha's appearing. All the Buddhas rely on their own teachers, then it's appearing past Buddha, present Buddha, future Buddhas. Therefore, our own individual teacher is the representative of the, like a kind of the present, the representative of the past Buddha. And the emanation of the past Buddha, representative of the present Buddha, the source of the future Buddha, and therefore our own individual, like our own root teacher, is the source, embodiment, the essence of the Buddha, the 3 timers, and he is the union of the 3 jewels. His body is the Sangha, his speech is Dharma, his mind is the Buddha. And therefore, for example, our own, you're like a root teachers like this kind of. That he is the union of the 3 root, his body is the teacher, is the speech is the yadam, his the mind is the ndakinis. And also to study this 3, 3 jewels, 3 like kind of the roots, three kayas. This is very, very important. And like this, three jewels is Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Very easy. Three root is Lama, Yadan, Dakinis. This is like we are deities talking. The Lama is like, for example, Guru Rinpoche. Yidam, there is a little bit wrathful or the different, there's the deities. And then it's like Ndaka and Ndakinis. We can say Ndaka and Ndakinis. Yidam is Ndaka and Ndakinis is as Ndakinis. And then is the teacher. This root, like deities. And also maybe we have slowly, there's more explanations. And three jewels, Buddha, we can to say, I'm taking refuge in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And also rely on the three root. For example, it's like a kind of the principally the Lama, and then it's like all the siddhis received from the deities. What does it mean? For example, as I said, it's like temporarily we take the condition of the deities and working with the deities, and then we can to make the maturation of the mind. And then this is the siddhis. For example, we can put seed to put in the ground, and then it's like the representative of the deities is like a fertilize manuals. The manual fertilizers support this seed, and then the seed is to grow up. Then the seed is grow up properly. The siddhi of for the seed is to grow up like this. For ours, we need the maturation of our Buddha nature seed. And then it's rely on the deity. Deities kind of become the manual. It's like fertilizers. And working with that, and then slowly to grow up the Buddha nature, maturated, then we can to appreciate like this. And Dakinis is like kind of the supporting to us. And like in order to grow up our Buddha natures. Therefore, we rely on the three roots. And then is the union of the three kayas. His body is the Nimanikaya, his speech is the Sambhogakaya, his mind is the Dharmakaya. This is like a different way you can say. Our like the achievement, there's the level of the Nimanikaya, Sambhogakaya, and the Dharmanikaya. And also it's these three are that we can to apply to our mind. The essence nature, empty aspect is the Dharmakaya, and the luminosity aspect and the Sambhogakayas, and the union, they function, and this like kind of energy aspect is the Nimanikayas. And therefore, it is like this, our teacher is as like the representative of the three kayas. And also maybe you can do a little bit more to today is like to searching what does it mean the three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, how many qualities, and each one is 8 quality. Buddha has 8 quality, Dharma has 8 quality, Sangha has 8 qualities. This a little bit rich search. Then is in the futures when you follow up the Buddha's path, we should to know about the Buddha, we need to know about Dharma, we need to know about the Sangha. If we don't know about Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, how we can to say that we are Buddhist? And then is the three root, Lama, Yidam, Kando. This is like we are relying on. Okay, I'm a deity's practice. And to get the something is a siddhi. Siddhi means to making the maturation of the mind. And like this. And siddhi, there's a common siddhi, extraordinary siddhi. There's many different siddhi. Rely on the deities. These three root. This is the Lama, Yidam, Kandros, and Dakinis. Daka and Dakinis. Then is that these three kayas. 3 kayas is like kind of when you be enlightenment, and you can make the 3 emanations. You take the position of the Dharmakaya, you help into the Sambhogakaya levels, sentient beings. You take the position of the Sambhogakaya, you are helping to the Nimanikaya levels. You take the position of the Nimanikaya, you help ordinary sentient beings. Then you take the position Nimanikaya, there are many different positions. You call the varieties of the Nimanikayas. like this. Then is a level also there is. For example, now we maybe say someone's ordinary level. We practice Dharma properly. We is like mind is maturated. Maybe something is Namanikaya level, Sambhogakaya level. Then is ultimate level is the Dharmakaya level. So, like this kind of. Then is this embodiment of all the Buddhas of the past, source of all the Buddhas of the future, and the representative of all the Buddhas of the present. That is our own, like a kind of own individual peerless, the own teacher. Root teacher is like the embodiments of all the Buddhas of the past, like the emanation of the Buddha's paths, the source of all the Buddha's futures, the current whoever like living Buddha or the teachers, they teach it to Dharma, and then is the student in the futures become the Buddhas, and then there's the source of the Buddha, future Buddha, and also representative of all the Buddhas present, and then the teacher is the representative of all the present Buddhas. Therefore, we can to consider as the own teacher or the Dharma teacher is as the Buddha. And also assembly, the Sangha, Ndaka and Dakinis, also you can to say same as like this. Time and the place and the teaching itself like this. Then it says the take in this disciple, degenerate beings like ours, whom no of the 1,000 Buddhas of the good Kalpa could help. This compassion, bounty, exceeded that of all the Buddhas. And also we can to say it's like the kindness perspectives. Kindness perspective, our own individual teacher or our like present teacher of the Buddhas. You know, it's this in the Buddhist, the cosmology, historicals, and you can to say is how it's the universe is occurring. And the universe before to occur in this space, and then it's like the first time is like just air, and then it's like maybe like something air bubble, I don't know, and then there's one water drops. On the water drops, like just one water drops. Then in this water drops, there is like 1,000 lily, lotus is appears, and then some in the Dianas, deities, they look at this our universe, this drop of the water. There is 1,000 lilies, and then some old the meditators say, maybe there is 1,000 Buddhas appear in this our world, universal, and this kind of sometimes, it's times, sometimes we say decadent times, degeneration time says like time, there is a different times. Sometimes it's like, of course, this is ordinary perspective. There are degeneration times says like this. And degeneration time is a people's way of the thinking is very much ugly. And to all the times negative each other. Then is a war, killing, and farmer, hunger, and also a lot of occurring. And it's that moment it's difficult to help by the many different Buddhas. And it's difficult to like this. And then it says like the Buddha Shakyamuni, is this our present teacher of the Buddha, he prayed 500 times. He says, may I reborn in these times. May I help to those sentient beings. Like this. And also sometimes we say our own individual, ourselves. We couldn't meet in the past Buddhas, and we don't know in the future Buddhas, and presently maybe there are many Buddhas, but we couldn't. We met one teacher, maybe that is our own really embodiment Buddha of the past, present, futures, and therefore I can't to tempt by any Buddhas, but my root teachers tempt to me, and root teachers lead me to in the maybe Buddha's level. My root teachers teach to me the Buddha. I'm very happy. It doesn't matter. My root teacher is like kind of the representative like this, and we need to consider the kindness perspective. And my own individual root teacher is the more kind than the Buddha past, present, future. And therefore he said, his teacher is the Buddha, the teacher is the Dharma. The teacher is also the Sangha, the teacher is one who accomplished everything. And the teacher is the glorious, the Vajrasattva. And also this quotation, the source, can you find? And it says, our own individual perspective. Beginning, I said, my teachers, my perfect teachers, the word of the my perfect teachers. Someone says, maybe too much. Why you say your teacher is perfect? It's like a little bit. For example, myself, my individual, my own teachers. Like, for example, this is my own root teacher. And my own root teacher, my perspective, the perfect for me. But of course, to other perspective, you can't say the perfect. And it's like to receive everything's teachings. And it's the extraordinary gift. For gift, this giftness is cannot give by the mother, father, any kind of powerful things. And therefore, it's the kindness perspective or for the great giveness of the Dharma. And it's that perspective really is my own teacher, is really the embodiment, the three jewels, three root, and three the Buddha of the past, present, futures. That is the 100%. Then it's like this, and then also our assemblies, Daka and Dakinis. As the assembly gather to listen to the teachings, for example, the student, as the basis of our own Buddha nature. That is very important to consider our own Buddha nature. And we have sometimes Western, is a little bit according to the cultures, to say, oh, I'm very bad, I'm a saying, I'm a bad, and like this. Then it's difficult to get the self, confidence. In the Buddhist perspective, okay, I've done some in the past negative things, but I cannot it's lost myself. I cannot say forever I'm like kind of the evil, because my Buddha nature is Buddha nature. I can now change my way. I have Buddha nature. Reality is I can be Buddha. I'm a Buddha. And of course others like the Buddha. We need to think about our Buddha nature. As I said, the principle mind, sensual mind, non-fixated mind, is openness mind, our like original mind. That is the Buddha nature. This is support of the precious human life. The circumstances of the having a spiritual friend and the methods of the following his advice become the Buddhas of the future. There is a different condition. I want to change my way. I have obtained the human existence, enhanced by the great teacher. I received the teachings. I had to put into the path. I'm a future Buddha. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, maybe next life. But this is, we cannot to say the certainties. But anyway, I put like kind of the task into front of myself, and I'm in the future Buddha because I have Buddha nature. Therefore, in the He Vajra Tantra says this good. There's the source of the quotations. He said all the beings are the Buddhas, but is the concealed by the advantageous stains. When they are stained, are the purified. The Buddhahood is the revealed. Of course, it is says our Buddha nature is the Buddha nature, but there are something adventitious obscurations, adventitious. Buddha nature is like this: the sun. Sun is all the time shining in the sky, never ever obscurated by any clouds. White cloud, black cloud, red clouds. Cloud is in the between. There is adventitious, just temporary. And this temporary, it is the disappeared. This is our like Buddha nature of the sun is already there. Like this is purified. Is our obscuration is the temporary, adventitious. Just there's like kind of And this one disappeared. It also is like absolutely Buddha nature. It's never like kind of fix it. That is the most important. There's no fixation, openness, tolerance, permeation. There's like a kind of the natural expanse. There's nothing fixated. Even the 1,000 Buddhas coming to make the good thing not necessary. Millions, countless the evil sentient beings cannot make the evil. This is our essential Buddha nature. And there is some temporary, as I may say, it's like a kind of adventitious way of the movement, a little bit kind of there's a positive and negative. Movement is negative tendencies disappeared. And like a kind of the ocean and the wave, I may say, some waves make dirty for the ocean, some waves make clean for the ocean. But ocean is self-ocean, and like this wave is never fixated in the ocean. And the way ocean of the mind is, and there's a movement of the positive and this negative. But reality, positive or negative, comes from the sensual mind, abiding in the sensual mind, dissolve into the sensual mind. But positive movement, negative movement, there's no fixation. Therefore, his adventitious stain disappeared. Then there is the Buddha. When is therefore we can to see. And this is the like kind of now. We already studied the changing way of the changing of the attitude. And do you have any questions? And if no questions, maybe we can to go the next step. It is the conduct.